Sports have partnered with Finalysis to discover true fan opinion. To have your say on your club, download the Finalysis app now. Scan the QR code here for more details. Let's speak to Tottenham fan Chris Cowlin now. Chris, good morning to you. Last time you were on, you were quite clear that you thought it was time for Thomas Frank to go, and then you lost at home to West Ham. Is there any way that he can repair this relationship with the fans?
Tom, Jamie, good morning to you. Let me first say that I echo everything that what Jamie's just said there. I completely agree with every single word. It can't go on like this. It simply cannot go on like this. There's boos, every game at the moment. Even the fan base before the final whistle against West Ham was singing "You're getting sacked in the morning." Away at Brentford, they were singing "Boring, boring Tottenham." You know, Tottenham fans are deeply frustrated, and normally the fan base is very mixed on opinion. I can't find or can't seem to talk to a single fan at the moment that want Thomas Frank to stay. I just think that, time is up. And I think sometimes you need to just say, look, this is the wrong appointment. This is the wrong fit for Tottenham. And when you look at our league position at the moment, there is still a chance that we could salvage something and finish in a European spot this season and play European football next season. And at the moment, all I'm doing at the moment is sitting here looking at the teams behind us thinking, can they catch us? And can Spurs get in this relegation fight? Because I can't see where we're going to get the next win from, if I'm completely honest.
Chris, we all kind of agreed when Thomas Frank come in. I thought it was a good appointment. I thought it was the right move. Stability around the football club, proven Premier League manager. And now, when I watch us play and I watch the football, I'm sitting there going, actually, were Brentford that good with Thomas Frank, And it's like, I don't know, maybe we got that one wrong. And it's a shame because I like him, but I don't know if he was the right fit in the end.
Yeah, I completely agree. You've got to see signs. You've got to see signs of positivity week by week, game by game, to give us a little bit of hope that this is going to be the right man to take us forward and us to be successful in the near future. Or even, the club really want this to work. They clearly want this to work. They've invested in him, as you said, and they want it to work. They see this as a long-term appointment. But sometimes you just need to say, look, this is not going to work and we need to sort this immediately. By him going to lunch with V9 and Johan yesterday, it seems to give him a whole host of confidence, going into, next week. And the Burnley game worries me. And when you pulled up those fixtures there, Feb, it looks at a very, very tough schedule, particularly when we've got 3 out of those 4 at home and we're really, really struggling, only winning 4 of the last 25 home games in the Premier League. That's a very, very poor record. But as I say, you've got to see signs of positivity, and I don't see a plan, I don't see a structure, and the players look lost. And what really worries me as well is players like Mickey van der Ven, their body language at the moment, they look fed up.
They do.
We had a voice note, actually, from Glenn. Let's listen to this first.
I'm not a Spurs fan, but all the criticism I think that Thomas Frank's getting is totally out of order. I think you've got to start pointing the finger at the players. Are the players good enough? Injuries, stuff like that.
It's easy saying that, though.
It seems like a fair point.
No, it's not a fair point, because if these players are not that bad. Listen, the recruitment, and Chris will agree with me, the recruitment at Tottenham hasn't been good enough. Spent a lot of money on average players. But there are some good players in this team, and I know we've got injuries, but I look at Unai Emery at Aston Villa and what he's done with that group of players. He's got them playing at 100%. Now, I'm not asking Thomas Frank to get these players playing at 100%. Get them playing at 80, get them playing at 90. That's your job as a manager. They're playing at 40% of what they're capable of.
But have Tottenham got a Morgan Rogers, like Aston Villa does? That's the comparison you use.
We bought in Xavi Simons for 60 million quid.
But is he a Morgan Rogers? Or are you saying he can be? Is that what you're saying he can be with the right manager?
You spend 60 million pound on a player, you're hoping that he is. Do you know? You've got Kudus, you spent 60 million pound on him. You've got an international striker in Richarlison. Now, everyone argues about Richarlison, but he is an international football player. Bentancur, Van der Ven, Romero, Porro, Spence, internationals. Come on.
Well, your wage bill, Chris, is the 6th highest in the league. Have you got the 6th best squad in the league?
No, we don't. And I think it's fair to say that this isn't just a Thomas Frank problem. It is a collective problem. Yes, some of the players do need to step up and do better. The squad certainly needs improvement and real leaders in there as well. And the board really need to focus on, what is right for Tottenham. And we've made so many errors in recent seasons. And when you go back to the Pochettino days in 2019 of moving into the new stadium, We've gone through 6 managers, 3 interim appointments. And when Pochettino said in 2019, we've got this wonderful mansion, you know, we need to put the furniture in it. We still haven't put the furniture in it.
No.
We bought cheaper furniture, and we need the antique furniture in there. And, you know, Conte's rant about the club. You know, Romero, only a couple of weeks ago after the Bournemouth game, you know, what he said on Instagram. You know, you've got to improve, you've got to make changes, and you've got to learn from past mistakes. Otherwise, we will keep going around in circles. So I agree, it's not all on Thomas Frank, but as a manager, you have got to show signs of improvement. We are no better than last season, and everyone in the media, every Spurs fan, all they were banging on about is 22 league defeats, finishing 17th under Postecoglou. We're no better this year.
Well, speaking of Postecoglou, Joe Much says Thomas Frank is not good enough. Get him gone and bring back Ange.
Oh, come on.
I can't see that happening.
What would you do then if Frank does go? All right, Jamie threw in Tim Sherwood till the end of the season, then Pochettino in the summer. What would you do?
Well, I also agree with what Jamie said. You've got to bring somebody, I don't know about Tim Sherwood, but you've got to bring somebody in who knows the football club until the end of the season. Very similar to what Manchester United have done with Michael Carrick. He would have certainly been on my list as an interim boss if he didn't go to Manchester United. But I think at the moment, the way that the fan base is, that connection that Spurs fans had with Pochettino, if you brought Pochettino back in the summer, my God, how that would bring the fan base together, and you know, that connection would return as well. And we know exactly what we're going to get from him. However, he is not going to come in, wave a magic wand and everything be OK straight away. You will need to give him time, patience, and most importantly, you will need to give him the tools. And, you know, with his last spell, his questions, you know, to the board and the owners will be, look, am I going to be backed? Is it going to be different? And is it going to be different, you know, to what it's been like under all these different managers? Because we can keep bringing in manager after manager after manager. The football club needs to change the way they do things. And it was a positive sign that Vinay wrote this message to the fans, identifying and agreeing with a lot of the problems that us fans have said that we have. But it is now about action and doing. You know, daring and doing.
We do nothing.
Oh.
Don't start that.
Maybe that's not. Yeah, well, let's see how we get on against Borussia Dortmund tonight. Thomas Frank still in charge. Chris, thank you.
Thank you.
And Marseille are in talks with Arsenal over the loan signing.